We're here with Arena Tournament 35 today. Very, very nice day out in Las Vegas today. So beautiful day, and probably have some kids outside enjoying the weather. Maybe, hopefully, going to join the tournament here soon. Right now we have seven players, so a little light turnout at the moment, but we usually get a lot of players sort of last minute. So I'm hoping to see some quality chess today. Yeah, so it should be fun. Looking forward to this tournament. Can't believe we're up to Arena Tournament 35 already. Oh, we got CC joined. Okay, cool. So we're up to 8. Hopefully we'll get somewhere in the 18 to 20 range. Weather is really nice, and kids have a lot of other activities going on, a lot of tennis players and stuff. But it's good to have CC here. Looks like the top 2 players we have girls as the top 2 players, which is awesome. So looks like we have CC and Amelia. Let's jump into some games. We'll probably start with CC versus Amelia. Should be a good one. So it looks like we have a King's Pawn opening with E4 and E5. Fully expecting to see Knight F3 for CC here, and then Knight C6 for Amelia. I think CC normally will play Bishop C4 here, and yeah, we're off and running. So the only decision is Amelia's going to play Knight F6 and maybe have to. Okay, so I'm curious if CC will play Knight G5 here, or if she'll just kind of castle. Okay, or Knight C3. Okay. So yeah, here we have a pretty symmetrical opening. I'm expecting to see either castle or D3 here, one of the 2 moves. Okay, castle, D3, D6. So yeah, this is the opening I've seen more times than I care to remember, to be honest. But it's a perfectly fine opening. I've been trying to get the kids in class to understand that C3 and D4. That's usually how the grandmasters try to approach it, more so than putting the knight on C3. Because the problem with Knight C3 is, right, it's hard for us to get the pawn to D4. And we want to sort of gain space, right, in the center of the chessboard, pick up this tempo. So that's the main idea behind C3 and D4. So here we have Bishop E6 from Amelia to kind of deal with this Knight D5 move. So very, very logical move from Amelia. One move I'm wondering if CC is even considering here is Bishop B3. And the point is that if the Bishop takes Bishop, we just capture back. So I'm curious. Okay, we have up to 10 players. Oh, Emily's playing. Okay, good. And Chelsea jumped in. Yeah, we're getting a lot more girls playing, which is awesome. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 girls are playing in the tournament today. So yeah, that's 60% of the players, which is awesome. So we have Knight D5, and I think it's kind of no, this move just loses a pawn. So here we have Knight takes F6, pawn takes, and then pawn takes. Bishop takes H6, attacking the rook, and this is basically winning for White already. I'm pretty sure Amelia had no choice but to follow through with the point of Bishop E6 and just capture the D5 pawn here. Okay, so who else joined her? Did we get Jonathan? Who else joined? I can't see just yet. Yeah, very good job. So this is a very, very good position from CC. We'll see how Amelia fights back, of course, but I really like White's position already. Just Bishop takes H6, and I don't know if CC sees that or not. I think she'll find that though, but we'll see. Yeah, and this is just very much winning. So now the idea is basically just play Knight H4, Knight F5 to interfere with the bishop or block the bishop from going to G4 square, and then you jump your queen to G4. And this is really, really bad for Black already. Because, like, let's say after Knight H4, if Amelia goes King H7, then you also have Queen H5 there, just putting the queen on the same file as the Black king. And the Black position is falling apart very quickly here. The only thing I'm a little worried if CC plays Bishop takes Bishop, because then you start giving your opponent's king some escape squares. Okay, looks like, yeah, I was worried CC was going to play that move. Okay, who sent me a message? Message from did I spell tournament right? I don't know. I can't see. I don't think no, I didn't spell it right. Okay. I used to be a pretty good typist. Not like amazing, but I think at one point I was probably like 85, 90 words a minute pretty easily. Yeah, this is something we should talk about with CC during chess class. So it looks like she's going after the dark squares. To me, the weaknesses are actually on the light squares more. So here, Amelia's hoping for pawn takes, but even then, notice the queen is protected by the bishop and the knight. But yeah, also with rook and then rook g4, I I think we're sort of forced to play f5 here. Okay, and I think rook, I want to say we could play rook h4. Also, maybe we could play bishop g5 here, might be interesting. Even rook c4 is catching my attention a little bit, just picking up a tempo here. Oops, what I click on? Clicked on backslash. See, my type. That's what I mean. My typing's not what it once was, but okay, there. Who sent me a message? Nothing in the club right now. Oh, was he able to get in? So is that why the tournament is down and maybe people don't know how to join? Okay, so this is arena tournament. Okay, that's the game. Sorry to do this. I just want to make sure I send Benjamin the link. My apologies. Where's the link for the arena tournament though? That's not the link. Oh, if we go to Chess Paradise, there should be the link. Hope no one else is having that problem. Okay, so you have to take with the knight here, or we're gonna lose the knight. Sorry that, yeah, sorry. I feel like we missed a lot of the moves. So let's kind of recap. So I think this is where I sort of stopped looking at the game, or got a little sidetracked. So take queen d2. Yeah, I think again, I really don't think we need to take here. The right plan is just knight h4, knight f5, and then just try to play queen to g4 and then queen to g7 checkmate. And this actually is like very difficult for black to stop, almost impossible, I think. But yeah, this capture just gives black another escape square. And most importantly, allows maybe like the queen to protect the 7th rank, because with the pawn on f7, the 7th rank is sort of closed for the black pieces, but now it's not closed anymore. So queen d2, like I see that CC is connecting her rooks, making logical developing moves, but it's hard to see like where's the attack going to come from now. Feels like we missed an opportunity to kind of attack a little bit better. Okay, so here, okay, take. Okay. Yeah, and Amelia is fighting, although this one I don't like because now we just have knight takes e6. Okay, what did Benjamin say? And how many players are we up to now? We're up to 14? Okay, that's pretty good. So 14 is respectable. I would like to see more like the 18 to 20 range, but I know the kids have been playing so many tournaments. I understand that not every tournament we're going to have as many players as some others, but yeah, this is pretty good. So yeah, I really want to see CC find knight takes e6 here, because then we're forking the rook and the bishop. Also, just like knight takes e4 is also fine, because I think one of Amelia's ideas is to bring the rook to d2, but if we have the bishop protecting that square, and then with the knight on e4, we'd also have the knight defending that square, we'd be golden. So yeah, I think yeah, CC's position is very good here. Just need to play a little bit faster is all. If we just play a little bit faster, we should be fine. So what happened? Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, I guess I missed some moves. Okay, there. Yeah, I think knight takes e6 was even better, but this move's not bad. So here. Okay. Yeah, I like this bishop on this this diagonal here should be a very good defensive and not maybe the best offensive piece, but a decent offensive piece. But I think a very good defending piece along this diagonal. One thing I want to point out is that CC can play rook to d1. Normally you have to worry about like bishop takes f2 tactics, winning your rook. But here CC can play knight takes f2 and defend the rook at the same time. So we could play a move like rook d1. You might be thinking, well, what if we just lose the pawn, which might be an argument against rook d1. So maybe just like c3 is probably better. And after c3, if Amelia plays a move like bishop g7, we just play rook g4, pinning the bishop to the king, and we win the bishop there. So we had rook there. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, take, check. Yeah, those seem like some indecisive moves, I'll say. I think CC played a little indecisive with these last moves. So I know we talk so much in chess about in chess class about checks and captures, look for the forcing moves, but it doesn't mean that every check actually accomplishes something. A lot of checks in chess are sort of waste of moves. Here, Amelia just hung her bishop, so I don't. Yeah, that's a bad move. Yeah, that's a bad move from Amelia. Amelia typically doesn't make blunders like that, but we're all human, right? Chess is a tough game. Here we just play bishop e3 with the discovered. Oh no! We play bishop g5 with the discovered check, and we win the rook for free. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, perfect. Very good. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. No, CC got back rank checkmated. Such a good game from CC2. We got to be careful about those back rank checkmates. Like here we could play rook e2 because after the rook takes the bishop, we can take here because the knight's defending the d1 square. So what happened here? Okay, checks. Okay, discover check, knight e4. Rook f3. What's that, CC? Yeah, if you're gonna play anything, just like play h4, right, or keep giving checks. Yeah, I guess she was going for rook f3, rook g3, and rook h7. But the problem is this rook on f7 is not protected. So if you were going to go rook f3 with the idea of rook g3, you might as well throw this check in first. Yeah, you can create an escape square, right? Like you don't need to move the rook here to move the rook here. Right? You can just move the rook to this square. So rook f3 was a bit of a confusing move, and Amelia gets the nice swindle there. Overall, I would say that was a pretty good game, but of course, like you know what we just saw, we missed some stuff. But in general, I thought that was a pretty decent game. I thought CC was playing very well for the most part. I don't think it was Amelia's best game, but then Amelia came through with the swindle at the end. All right, so what's going on? So how many? We're up to 16. All right, 16 is a good turnout, and if we can get a few more players to join, that'd be great. Let's look at where's Grayson at? Yeah, Grayson versus Emily should be a good game. So this is Grayson's first time in the tournament, so I'd like to welcome him. And yeah, he's a really nice young kid with a lot of enthusiasm for chess. So we're really happy to have Grayson here. And Emily has been playing in not that many tournaments. She's pretty young, Emily, but turning into a good player. I don't know what Emily's doing. It's so funny, like what the kids do in class versus what they do in the tournament. I feel like when they have like some guidance, like they start making very reasonable moves that control the central squares, develop your pieces. Then when they're sort of on their own in the tournaments and they don't have the voice of the chess teacher in the back of their mind, they start making very bizarre moves, which is why I try to be very repetitive in chess class. I make sure we talk about the opening principles over and over again. So at some point, my voice will sink into their thought process, and they will they'll start making much better chess moves. Yeah, we talked about not moving the same piece over and over again in the opening, so that's a bit strange. I should mention that Emily has an older brother, Benjamin, who's a really good high school chess player, and yeah, I think he'll be very competitive at high school level chess. So yeah, I'm excited for his future. Yeah, b4, right? b4 just hangs the pawn, so good job for Grayson for spotting that. And then this is a bad move from Grayson because the knight can just take. Okay, good. So Emily is doing very well. Okay, rook a1. Rook a1, I don't really get, right? Why take the rook off of the same file as the queen, right? This is a good file for the white side, I would say, not the black side here, because black's the one that always has to worry about their queen being on the same file as the rook here. So I think just like knight c3, if they want to push, then I think we just go knight d4 and offer some trades, because we are up 1 point here. Okay, so b4. Okay, rook e2. And yeah, it's kind of interesting when you see the kids sort of not know what to do. That's when the strange moves start happening. So yeah, I think just like developing the bishop, bishop g5 or bishop e3 would be more logical here. Because this pawn push of b3 is not really is not a worry right now because we have actually 2 attackers with the X-ray concept. So yeah, I think we can get away with that. Okay, bishop g5. Okay, good. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, rook back to b1. Yeah, now that I see Emily's plan, rook e2, rook d2, all very logical, very logical. Here we have a free pawn, right? We could take with the rook or the knight. Probably let's take with the knight, even though taking with the rook picks up a tempo. The reason I prefer taking with the knight is my knight wants to go to d5, and if Grayson leaves his queen on the b file, we still pick up a tempo on the queen. Okay, bishop e2, b3, take. Yeah, I think Emily probably missed her bishop can move. Not her bishop. Her queen can move to the b3 square. Okay, bishop a6. Queen there. Yeah, now we really have to grab this pawn. So queen c7 is not really a threat. I guess you could argue after queen takes b3, we have to be a little careful after rook b8. So maybe you just play rook takes b3 here. You're still threatening to win the rook here. But yeah, bishop. And we miss a lot of pawn captures, I've been noticing. So I have to do a better job of teaching this somehow. I've been reading a lot about how difficult it is for kids to learn about how pawns move, because everyone thinks since pawns are the lowest valued piece, they're very easy to learn how they move. But since pawns can actually do 3 different things, right? They can move either 1 or 2 squares on the first turn. They captured this strange way. It's the only piece that captures differently than any of their other movements. And then after the pawn makes its first move, then it just moves normally. And then you, of course, have the idea of promotion. So there's actually a lot to remember about what the pawns can do. And I'm realizing we're missing a lot of pawn captures from both sides. If our pieces are under attack from a pawn, we're missing it. And we're also missing if we're attacking a piece with a pawn and if we could capture it. So we're missing a lot of stuff there. But it's just going to take more practice. Okay, here. No. Why are you running away from the action, Emily? Take, right? There's no harm in taking, or just ignore it, right? Your rook's protected, so you can play like knight c3. Notice I keep trying to get this knight to the d5 square. This is like just a very, very good home for the knight. We call this an outpost. An outpost is a square where your piece is defended by your pawn, and there's no enemy pawns that can attack your piece here. Notice there's no black pawns that can attack the d5 square, because this pawn is already on e5, right? Pawns don't capture like this, and black doesn't have a c pawn here, so they don't have a pawn that can move to c6 and attack your knight on d5. So yeah, this knight c3 to d5, I think that would really be a nice move for Emily there. And then yeah, here we gotta take, right? One of the best things we can do in chess is capture pieces. Don't want to be afraid to capture stuff. And I think Emily was going to win on time here. So we're seeing that experience that Grayson needs to build. So he played a very, very good game here, Grayson. Just getting more experience with it sort of becomes like a clock in the back of your mind. You realize how much time you have, and you sort of get like a rhythm. I don't know, probably the kids are a little too young for bike riding, but I just got a cycle a few weeks ago, and I've been cycling a ton. So you sort of get like that mental clock of like, oh, this is 10 minutes, this is 5 minutes, this is 20 minutes. So that's something that Grayson will develop just with more practice. Because the actual game here, you can see Grayson is just up 19 points. He has 2 queens. He's up extra rook. He just completely dominant on the chessboard. But the timer is a part of the game as well. And yeah, the kids will learn that. So we're up to 17 players. What's the standings at? How come the standings aren't updating? That's weird. I think they made some updates to chess.com, and I'm not a huge fan, to be honest. Okay, so we got Crystal at 1 out of 2. Vincent hasn't finished his first. Oh, we have Brian's here. How come we don't get Steven anymore? It'd be nice to have Steven here. Oh, Eileen jumped on. Okay, great. Did I get any messages, by the way? Okay, nothing. That's good. Let's look at Eileen versus Nathan. I think this will be an even matchup. Yeah, Eileen loves these bishop to b5 moves. So bishop b5, if black has put their knight on c6, then bishop b5 is a very logical move, because then you're putting some pressure on the knight, you're keeping some tension in the position, you're giving your opponent a chance to make a mistake. With a knight not on c6, you're just giving your opponent a chance to pick up this tempo, which Nathan did quite well here. So basically, you're allowing black to get more control of the d5 square, and you're allowing black to pick up a tempo on your bishop, right? If one side keeps moving the same piece over and over again, and the other side is moving different pieces, the side moving different pieces is going to have a big advantage. Here, both sides missed that. This is a free pawn. So I like to see Eileen recognize this, right? The whole point of it's not enough to develop your pieces. We have to know, like, what are we trying to accomplish exactly? So the whole point of knight f3 is to attack the pawn. And if your opponent doesn't defend it, we got to follow through, right? We want to capture the pawn, and we want to put some pressure on the f7 square here. So good job by Nathan recognizing that his pawn was under attack and undefended. So good move from Nathan defending his pawn. D3 trying to develop the dark square bishop. Very good move from Eileen here. Okay, so I think Nathan's trying to trap the bishop with c4, but right now we have enough defenders on the square. By the way, this is the best game I've seen Eileen play. She's really just getting her pieces developed. She's not complicating anything. I do know Eileen's game pretty well. I've been teaching her for a while. So I know this is sort of the part where she panics a bit. And I've had a few parents say, my kid gets to this part of the game and they sort of, don't know what to do next. There's a couple of reasons for that. One, it's taken a lot of work just to get the kids to do this, right? To develop their pieces, control the center, get their king castled. So that's why we haven't worked on middle game as much as I would like to. The second thing is in the middle game, this is where you start improving your pieces. So like, for example, this was a bad move from Eileen because the queen's going to take her knight. That was going to be the very next thing I was going to say. You want to improve your pieces and not give away anything for free. Oh, so we got lucky here, right? So now the knight comes to c7. I don't understand the point of bishop c8 from Nathan. So now we have knight c7 forking the queen and the rook, and this should work out very well for Eileen here. So anyway, so I like that Eileen is thinking about improving her pieces, right? Now that these rooks are connected, the rooks protect each other. This is what we call the middle game. And the middle game, we can start moving our pieces again, because we talk about just moving each piece one time until all of our pieces are developed. Well, now all of our pieces are developed, so we have to figure out what to do next. And the next thing we do is improve our pieces. We don't improve our pieces by giving them away for lesser valued pieces, though, right? Giving away a knight for a pawn, that's not a good trade. But if we played something like, let's say we play bishop d5, which I'm not saying is the best move or anything, but we're inviting a trade, and then notice again this knight to d5 has been a common idea in a couple of the games we looked at. Another thing is we could just try to play knight d5 first, and the idea is I want to play c3 and d4, right? I want to try to exert some pressure with my pawns. I want to have some influence in the center of the chessboard with my pawns here. Yeah, so it's just I could tell what Eileen is thinking. She's thinking, oh, I'm capturing stuff. That's good. She's not noticing her opponent's pieces enough, though. And this isn't just Eileen. Most of the kids, some of the high school kids don't have this problem so much. But for the younger kids, we don't really pay enough attention to what our opponent's pieces can do. And that's why even though Eileen did everything correctly, yeah, now she's just panicking, right? She's just giving away her pawns. She's weakening her king. So even though Eileen played the opening extremely well, we can see like why her position is going to be worse now, because she giving away the better pieces. Now she's giving away another pawn for no reason. She's weakening her king. These are the moves that put you in bad positions in chess. The reason why chess is such a mental grind is you don't give your opponent anything in chess. It's kind of like it's sort of a tough mentality, because I don't think you really want to live your life with this sort of mindset. But I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. Everyone has different philosophy on these things. But in chess, you really don't want to give your opponent anything. Everything your opponent earns, like they really have to fight to earn their advantages. You never just want to like give your opponent advantage on a silver platter. Like here after d4, I do like that we're opening up maybe the queen to c4 at some point. But we just don't have enough. We have more defenders than attackers. The problem is that our defenders are all worth more points than the attackers. Like we don't want to trade a knight for a pawn. So even though there's only 2 attackers and we have 3 defenders, our defenders are worth more points than the attackers. That's the issue. And This is kind of an interesting move because if the pawn takes the bishop, we can capture here. I don't know if that was Eileen's idea. No, I guess it wasn't. So I sort of like that idea to just kind of complicate the position a little bit because when you're the side down material, you want to complicate things. Um, but yeah, we just need to get that little bit better board vision. So here, Nathan missed that the bishop is under attack still. In general, I do like knight f4 though because like knight h3 at some point might be annoying. If you can ever wiggle your queen into the g2 square, then you're gonna checkmate the king. So in general, knight f4 is a very nice square for the knight. I don't think it's worth giving away the bishop though, because once you give the bishop, now the e5 pawn is hanging, and that's when the momentum of the game can change quickly in chess. And we call this the thread, right? The thread is just if you kind of following what's going on in position, and you'll hear this like even with strong players, you'll hear them say, "Oh, one player lost the thread." That just means they kind of lost the main idea of the position, and that can happen, right? Chess, like I say it all the time, chess is a pretty tough game. So it can happen. You can lose the thread of the position quite easily. So I'm curious if Eileen will play King G2 if we'll just see Knight F4 again. And I feel like Eileen would be happy with repetition here. I don't know. I don't know enough about Nathan's thought process. I've only been working with Nathan for about a month, but I can already tell he's a very strong player. So I don't know if Nathan's going to be happy with a draw after King G1 if we're just going to go back and forth, or if Nathan will try to fight on. So Eileen's the one that actually is going for something different. This is a very aggressive move from Eileen, right? Anytime you start marching your king up the board, you have to be careful, especially when your opponent has a queen. With that said, if now I think we really are, like now we can just play knight takes e5 and the knight on f4 is hanging. So this move didn't strike me as doing all that much. No, we had knight takes e5, right? Checks and captures. We want to be looking for the forcing moves, checks and captures. Yeah, knight g5. Knight g5 puts pressure on the f7 pawn, but it would put the same pressure on the e5 square. Okay, so he's just giving up the exchange here, Nathan. I'm not so sure about this plan. And I feel like we're going to miss a pawn capture again, which I don't know why. I don't understand why we miss so many pawn captures. I must not be teaching it well enough. That's the only thing I can think of. I've been like consciously thinking we have to. Yeah, I don't know why we're missing so many pawn captures. Pawns can take stuff. Josiah told me one time in class, like pawns just seem so insignificant. I don't know if that was the exact word he said, but the point he was making is that they're not as powerful as the other pieces, so you don't think about them. But you have to think about pawns. Pawns are really important pieces, actually. Even though they're only worth 1 point, they sort of dictate where the pieces can go. Because, like for example, let's take this pawn on g4. It's stopping the knight from moving and the bishop from moving to the f5 square. So pawns do a really good job of controlling squares in chess. There was a player that lived in the 1700s, Philidor. He said that pawns are the soul of chess. So, and he was one of the best players in the world. So if he said it, probably it's worth listening to. Yeah, I like to see Eileen double up the rooks here and just go for rook d8. We might lose both the rooks for the queen, but the purpose, like, okay, so let's say we give white 2 moves in a row. Let's say they play rook d1 and then rook d8. The point is that after queen takes rook, rook takes queen, rook takes rook, we're going to win the e7 knight at the end and then also have pressure on f7. Actually, after all those trades, right? Yeah, here. Just knight takes f7 right away, forking the king and the rook might be better. But I'm not sure. I kind of am partial to this move actually, because we're still threading knight takes f7, and they always say in chess that the thread is stronger than the execution. I think as a kid you can relate to that. It's sort of like when your parents say, like, if you do this again, I'm gonna send you to your room, and that thought of like being sent to your room sometimes is well, I probably shouldn't say this. Probably parents will get mad at me, but sometimes the threat of being sent to your room is worse than the actual punishment. Especially with all the cool stuff I'm sure the kids have in their room. Oh, queen c7, really nice move from Eileen. Yeah, I like that move a ton. Queen c7, beautiful. That's one of the best moves I've seen Eileen play, because Yeah, very nice move. Now you're controlling the d8 square. You're protecting the pawn. Oh, beautiful. That was an excellent, excellent move. Excellent move. Queen c7. Very nice move. I had a feeling the chess was going to start getting better. Slowly but surely, the chess is getting much better. Like, yeah, wow. How is Eileen coming up with these? Yeah, all of a sudden she's finding these very strong moves instantly. That's good. Rook d8. Yeah, I think like if let's say the queen moves to b5, like we just play rook takes rook, and then rook d8, and then after the queen comes back, we just take the queen, and we're up a bunch of material here. Also, we're trying to win the e5 pawn. That's another very important move that we should talk about. Because queen takes e5, we're still defending the c3 pawn, and then we're also attacking knight at the same time. So yeah, I'm curious what Nathan plays here. I really like the way Nathan is managing his time today. I noticed last week he was sort of taking a little bit too long, and I think he learned from that experience already, which is great. Oh, we have Aviana playing for the first time. Oh, great. And we have Anson here. Oh, okay. So they're brother and sister. So that's logical. So we have Anson and Aviana. Oh, we have Aiden here. Cool. Where's Aiden at? Is Aiden playing? How come the tournament's not updating? I think they did something on chess.com that makes it, I don't know, it just feels like it's not running as good in my opinion as it was before. I don't know if they're trying to save server space or what's going on exactly. I think CC versus Vincent will be a very good game. Oh, we do have Aiden. Aiden versus Leo would be a great game too. Yeah, a lot of good games to cover here. Okay, h6, just creating an escape square. I think that's a very logical move for Nathan here because I think he's going to lose material no matter what. So just don't get checkmated is always good advice. Although, hold on a second. After h6, we're still throwing a back rank checkmate. So yeah, I think rook d8 is a very good move for white here. I don't know if that's what Eileen will play, but rook d8 is a good move for white here. Because you don't care if you lose your knight as long as you get the rook, of course. And if rook takes rook, then you just take it as a checkmate. So maybe we should have played something like g6, or yeah, maybe we should have played g6 if we're looking to create an escape square. Right now we're actually creating an escape square, so that might have been more logical. Yeah, 19 kids is a great turnout, by the way. And I know there's a few kids that really want to play, but they just have tennis and other things to do. So yeah, the chess program is building quite well. I'm really happy to see Linnea playing. Linnea is really young, but her enthusiasm for chess is high, and she's kind of taking her lessons, right? She's losing some games here and there, but she's definitely keeping the enthusiasm up, which is the important part. So I think here Nathan should play pawn takes knight and just run Eileen out of time here. Yeah, that's a very good practical decision. So yeah, we have to play rook takes rook, king here. Okay, take this knight next. Yeah, that was a very good practical decision. Maybe we take with the rook just so we still guard this. Oh, Eileen just resigned here? All right. That's when you have to come in. You have to use your very fast mouse skills. If it was like Andrew Tang or Nakamura, they'd be like, boom, move, and then it'll be checkmate. And you say, what happened? Especially Andrew Tang. I think he's by far the fastest bullet player I've ever seen. There was a really funny game I saw of Ben Feingold. They were playing 10-second chess, which I probably shouldn't mention this because I don't want you guys playing 10-second chess. You have too much to learn still. But there was a really funny 10-second game that Ben Feingold played. All right, so what's going on here? So I feel like I haven't paid enough attention to Vincent's games the last few tournaments. Yeah, like I said, right? This is an opening that if I never saw it again in my life, I wouldn't mind, right? This is seen this too many times. Queen e8 I don't like. we talk about this in chess class. It's not something we talk about every single week, of course, because it's impossible to talk about everything every week. But we talk about that very rarely is the best way to get out of a pin to just move your queen off of the pin. Because now just bishop takes f6 for white would be very, very good move. After pawn takes, you just jump the knight to d5. You're threatening to win the pawn and fork the king and the queen. You're threatening to capture the c7 pawn, attack the queen and the rook. So after captures knight d5, black is sort of obligated to play queen e8 here, queen d8 here to defend the pawn and defend this pawn. And that's when CC's idea from the previous game against Amelia to play queen d2 and just go after this pawn is going to be very, very tough to deal with. Very tough to deal with. So anyway, so here, okay, now we saw bishop b3. I was wondering if CC had thought about that last game, but so apparently she's aware of this idea. And the whole point of this idea, by the way, because I always tell the kids, this was one of the things that confused me when I was first learning chess, is the whole point of this is to get the half-open file for your rook. So I know we talk about moving the same piece twice in the opening is sometimes just a waste of time. But in that position, I think it was quite logical what CC did. Okay, so anyway, so what's going on? A6? Yeah, you see how Vincent responded with A6? I don't think he really needed to, unless he's worried about knight b5, which, yeah, I guess knight b5 is a small concern. I don't think we have to be overly worried about knight b5. I think there was a lot of moves to defend against that, but I don't blame Vincent for just taking this option away from the white side. Okay, here. Okay, knight d5. Yeah, you see, like knight d5 would be so much better if this knight was gone already. Because just try to envision if we had included this move at some point. Look how ugly the black pawn structure would be in front of the king. And your knight would just be like a king on the d5 square. Like this knight would be controlling everything. This knight would be a monster piece on d5. But now Vincent just gets to trade it off. And yeah, now the queen gets active, c4. I feel like 1,000% both sides forgot about en passant here. 1,000% is a little high. I'll say 87% confident that both sides forgot about en passant here. So I think en passant just wins the pawn on d5 for free. Okay, nice tempo. Yeah, I like this tempo. I guess we could play queen h5, picking up a tempo on the bishop, but then we always have bishop e7. So yeah, I like rook fe1. Very nice move from CC. I like that move. I like queen h5. Okay, bishop g3. I think bishop g3 just loses the pawn. That was why I think bishop e7 was important, because we have to pick up this tempo. And even though we're not winning the d6 pawn because it's protected, what bishop e7 accomplishes is that after the rook moves, we get to capture this pawn, and then we can we have to be slightly careful that our bishop doesn't get trapped here. We could play b4. We could play b4 because we have the queen defending the b4 square. And then once the bishop moves, then we can take on d6 for free. So bishop g3, rook a5, very creative move. I don't think it's correct. No, here we have this annoying pin. Although after b4, black could play b6 there. So all right, maybe what CC played here was fine. Hold on a second. I think bishop takes d6. This is no, bishop takes d6 here. Okay, this is still very complicated. Yeah, this is still very complicated. Yeah, maybe reserving. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. That was tricky. Okay. Ooh, rook e5. Nice. Very nice move. Very nice double attack. Yeah, CC's finding some really cool tactics here. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, very nicely done. And now b4 is coming, so I think Vincent should play a5 to stop that. Okay, rook there. Yeah, now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is great. This is a very good game. No, your queen. Oh no, Vincent, you lost your queen. Oh, wow. Wow, this was nice. Yeah, CC played this very well. I think now we just play queen b2 because, yeah, good, get behind the passed pawn. Wow, CC's playing some very good moves here because if the rook goes to b5, then we just win the d pawn, and then we can play queen c4 next, attacking the king and the rook here. And king f2, okay, king f2, don't think this is the best move. Yeah, I think we should just grab the d4 pawn. Probably CC is missing that after she takes on d4, she's still defending her pawn here. Now queen b3 just wins on the spot. Queen b3 creates a pin, and there's no way for black to defend their rook again. So we just would have won the rook for free. Yeah, I think we just take there. Vincent's going to give another check is my guess. Let's go king here. And then off we go. Go get a queen. Go. Pawns off to the races. King c5, very, very logical move as well. Yeah, I was just about to say it does drop the d pawn, but it shouldn't matter. Yeah, now I think we just go ahead and push. Probably Vincent's going to give a bunch of checks. That move, no, I think we just go c7. Yeah, one check, but who cares? We can. All right, CC. Yeah, CC found the power net she likes, so that's fine. Okay, now we're going to go b7. Then we'll probably see some checks. We're going to see king c7 here. And yeah, Vincent can probably resign in this position. I don't know what's better. Yeah, take with the queens, all fine. Probably queen here or something. That's a good move as well. Okay, pick up this pawn. King here. We just have to be a little, yeah, we have to be a little careful about stalemates, I should mention. If CC goes h4, it's a stalemate. She's thinking about CC. Yeah, she's thinking carefully. Yeah, h4 is just a stalemate. That would be an annoying stalemate because both these pawns would be blocked. I think CC saw that. That's great. That's great. So Vincent's like, oh, there's a stalemate. Oh no, I can move here. I can take. Okay, we could take back, right? Because this other pawn can move. That's a good stalemate trap from Vincent, though, right? You never know, right? Unless you have to give your opponent chances to make mistakes. I like to see queen g6 there instead, too, but it should be fine. And now we just have to attack in knight shapes. I like to see CC just she doesn't need another queen. I just like to see her convert this position with the queen. Yeah, this is game over here. Go here, 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 here. That was a nice, very nice game from CC. I was, yeah, very, very impressive. I think this is one of the better games I've seen in several tournaments. I really thought CC played a spectacular game here. I guess it's never technically over until it's over, but I feel confident that CC is going to find queen g8 next turn. Let's go, Vincent. Let's go. Let's be good sportsmen. Let's be good sportsmanship. Come on, Austin. Not Austin. Come on, Vincent. Come on. So good sportsmanship. Come on. I don't like to see this. All right, come on. Show good sportsmanship. This is not what we want. This is not what we want from the kids. Hopefully he got logged out, and I don't think that's what happened, to be 100% honest. But yeah, we don't want to see this. Yeah, this is really terrible. Yeah, this makes me very unhappy to see Vincent doing this. Yeah, this is not how I teach the kids to play, right? We want to be good sports, and yeah, we want to have good ethics when we play chess. And I know that we get upset when we lose. I get upset too, but this is not how you want to. You won't be developing a very good reputation in the chess community if you do stuff like this. This is yeah. CC played a good game. Try to learn from what you could do better the next game, and that's how chess is, right? It's about growing as a player, trying to become better. It's not about this. Um, this is sad. Yeah, I'm really sad to see this. Yeah, it's very disappointing. I don't know. Hopefully he logged out or something, but I don't think so. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, just wasting time. That's not good. Yeah, he moved at 2.7 seconds. That's not what we want. Um, yeah, I'm gonna talk to Vincent about that. That's very uncalled for. Um, anyway, let's go on to another game. Oh, we have Aiden and Aiden playing. Okay, this game we have to look at. Um, H5. What's H5 all about? What's that? H5. I know I probably shouldn't say stuff like this. Like it's just too much pressure and a little unfair. But Aiden is showing like some incredible chess potential. I think he's like 6 or 7. Um, yeah, I have really. Who knows what kids will stick with, right? That's the thing. But he's got a ton of potential for chess, Aiden, and so does Aiden, right? They're brothers. So I don't like saying stuff like that because I think it comes across like putting one. I don't like to say like one kid's doing this, one kid's doing that. I don't like to say that. But I do want to pay Aiden a compliment because I noticed he's been working really hard in chess class and he seems to have a tremendous amount of talent. These last few moves are not a good example of that. Like here, Black just can play Queen H4, and I think you have to play King F1, which your position's not great here. Um, if you go King D1, then Knight F2 check is basically just winning everything. You have this what we call the windmill, just move back and forth and capture stuff. Yeah, so this one Aiden's basically just self collapsing. He's just giving away all of his pieces. So I think well here yeah again we're missing so many pawn captures. I was actually hoping for a better game between Aiden and Aiden here. This wasn't really a great example of their abilities. Yeah, like here I don't understand why we didn't just take the bishop. Yeah, in chess class, it's funny how different the kids play in chess class. I've noticed than in their actual game. Sometimes it's drastically different. Um, could be the pressure. I don't know, or just again not having. Yeah, like that's a move that Aiden would not make so often. So yeah, this actually wasn't a particularly great game from either of them. I think they both can play a lot better than this. D4 was a very nice move, though. Yeah, D4 was a great move from Aiden there. Um, yeah, I don't even know how. I guess we could play Bishop E7, give up the rook anyway. Like the obvious move is rook. I guess rook F5. Yeah, I guess rook F5 should work. So after King E4, how are we avoiding all this stuff? I'm not 100% sure. Um, Oh, I think sorry, I think rook G1 is probably the best move because if they take, then we just take the bishop. But D4, very nice move, very nice move here. was kind of cool. I mean, even though I don't think this was either of their best games, I'm seeing a lot of interesting ideas. Like here, definitely we should just take the knight. So yeah, I'm not sure why we didn't do that. So we got Chelsea in second, Aiden in third, Leo in fourth, Brian. Okay. Billy in seventh place, Nathan. I don't know why we can't just take that. Okay, I see the point. Okay. Oh, that's a free rook. We missed too many pawn moves. Got to keep working on that. Here we have a back rank checkmate. We actually didn't even need to play. We didn't even need to play King G6 to set up the back rank checkmate. So notice that these two bishops are stopping the king from moving forward, as well as Black's own pawn on G7. So here we could have just given a check, and then after the rook blocks, just capture with a back rank checkmate here. So I guess Aiden technically was correct that we didn't need to capture the rook. Yeah, there was some good stuff there. Obviously some stuff we need to improve upon, but some also very positive stuff there. Who's Brian playing is Brian playing anyone? No, Brian's taking a break, okay. Okay, we have CC. Has Linia beaten anyone? I'm rooting for Linia to get a game today, but I know it's a challenge. Okay, Anton has a win. What about let me move my screen just for 1 second. For some reason, it's not letting me. Can't really see all the standings. Okay. So Aviana was 0 for 2. Eileen. I thought Eileen. Okay, Grayson, Linia. Okay. All right, so yeah, about who I expected to be in the lead. That's yeah, that seems to be who's in the lead. Okay. I want to look at Amelia's game against Vincent, but I'm a little mad at Vincent still. So let's look at Aiden. We just look at Aiden's game. I haven't looked at any of Devin's games though, so let's look at one of Devin's games. Queen H5. By the way, I have been teaching the kids in class after this move. We're supposed to play knight c6, and then if bishop c4 to play g6. So this is something we've looked at quite a bit. With that said, I also don't mind if they actually give away this pawn for development. This actually is one of the main lines for Black is to just give away the e5 pawn, and as compensation, they have quite a bit of development here. Bishop b4 though is illogical because the whole thing we have for the pawn is development. If we're going to move the same piece twice, we want to capture something. So like knight takes e4 would be a very good move. But bishop b4, I don't get the point of this move at all. I don't understand what we're doing, and I definitely don't understand king e2. King e2 drives me nuts. I don't understand queen e8 either. We talked about let's get the rooks on the half open files, or just we can just take the pawn once again. So I'm not a huge fan of how either side is playing this position so far. Here I think d5, right? So we have a pin piece, so I think d5. Yeah, no, this is not good. This is not good. Oh, I see. So, I mean, the thing about Aiden is even though like king e2 is a terrible move, I see his purpose, right? He wants to play d3, but the pawn is pinned. So even though like it's not the best idea, it's far from the best idea. It's at least he's playing with an idea. Like that's something to be happy about. Austin just left. Okay. Guess I didn't capture his attention quickly enough. Okay. I mean, you see the tactical skills there for Aiden. The execution is a little bizarre, but you can see the ideas are flowing, which is sort of the most important part. Like the ideas will get better the more you practice. But just the habit of thinking about like I should have an idea. That's kind of the hardest part to teach actually. The fact that Aiden is coming up with ideas is just in itself very positive, development. So anyway, so that was a nice victory for Aiden. What place is Aiden in, by the way? He's in 3rd place. Yeah, that's very good. Okay. I haven't looked at any of Chelsea's games today. I know it seems like I'm just looking at every one of Aiden's games, but I'm trying to look at players' games who I haven't looked at yet. C6 is bizarre. No, Chelsea. Free pawn, right? You want to think about the purpose of your own moves. The purpose of knight f3 was to grab the pawn for free. Aiden didn't defend against that, so you want to capture. One thing I should warn is, let's say if Chelsea had moved the pawn here, this could be a trap where after knight takes e5, black plays queen a5, attacking your king. Oh my goodness, what? Wow. Okay, so this is very interesting to me. We talk a ton in chess class about figuring out your opponent's threats, and what I'm noticing a lot, and because we have to keep practicing this, of course, is that Aiden is just making threats, and his opponent's not thinking about it, what the threat is. Or I shouldn't say they're not thinking about what they're missing. They're missing what the threat is. And that's why these kind of, they're not really that good of threats, to be honest, are working out very well. E4, very nice. That move I like a ton. Yeah, that's a very nice move. Okay, here. Okay, castle. Yeah, we're not paying attention to our opponent's threats enough. Aiden's in 2nd place. Wow. I'm telling you, he's got a ton of potential. Aiden. He's going to be very good. We're seeing a lot of good chess though. Let's look at Benjamin versus Leo. Oh, Leo got a draw against Benjamin. Nice. Yeah, we're seeing some obvious improvement here. Okay, knight f6. Knight f6 is a bit unusual here. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah, now I think we can just play, we have a couple of good moves. Just bishop takes f7, I think is good. Or just queen d5. So we might, I think Benjamin is worried about his f2 pawn. I don't think you really need to be, because after queen d5, if you play bishop takes, you just play king f1. And now the f7 pawn's under attack, the knight's under attack, and the bishop's under attack, and there's no way to resolve all those threats. Also, just bishop takes f7, king takes f7, queen d5 with a double attack on the king and this knight are also extremely good moves for white here. Okay, d5. Okay, take. Yeah, this position should be very good for white, so I'm curious how Leo fought back here. Oh, that's a good move. Okay, that's very good. Yeah, I wonder if we should just be content with being up a pawn here. Maybe just bishop takes knight, messing up the pawn structure. Also, probably bishop f4. Or we could even maybe play knight d2. Although I don't like knight d2 so much because it blocks our bishop in. So probably bishop f4 is probably the best move for white here. No, here we have to go king g3, right? If we're going to lose our bishop, we have to attack our opponent's bishop here. So yeah, we need to play king g3 here. King e. No, why didn't just take? Okay, take king d2. Okay, maybe the knight's knight's not trapped, right? We just play knight e2 back. I mean, our rook's under attack, so we play rook b8 first. Although bishop c6. I don't know what's going on here. So what happened? Okay, rook there. I think we can grab the pawn here on e4. Even though we're walking into a pin, we have enough defenders, and I think we could probably just play something like, rook e1 and king f2 should be fine. And yeah, we shouldn't have any issues there. Okay, rook f1. That's a nice move from Leo. Good job using his pieces together. Take. Yeah, so I think we have to take with the other knight. This move h6 is just too annoying. Man, we missed so many pawn captures. I don't get it. Benjamin definitely should be seeing these pawn moves. Um, the best move for black here, by the way, I think was just rook here should be well, after the king moves, right? Just rook here. Yeah, now I think after that move, black's probably just better. How did Benjamin not lose this position now? At first I was shocked that it was a draw. Now I'm thinking probably yeah, rook c4 is just better, right? Just attack all these pawns here. Rook here just allows the pawn to move where it wants to go anyway. Yeah, we're just a little too slow here. And then how? Okay, push. No, you gotta take that, Benjamin. You gotta take that pawn. What the heck? What's this? Yeah, we gotta take this pawn. Maybe I shouldn't have used that word. I don't know if that's. Nah. Try to calm down a little bit. King c7. Okay, here, check. This is a good game, by the way. This is a very, very good game. Here there was a skewer, right? We have the king and queen on the same diagonal. We had either queen b1 or queen c2, winning the queen and winning the chess game. So this is my. I always feel like if we do like stuff that's too basic, I'm gonna make the kids a little bored. But I'm starting to realize like, yeah, these patterns have to. The only way these patterns are really going to stick is we just have to kind of go over them over and over again. So yeah, queen to b1 or queen c2, attacking the king. Once the king moves, we win the queen. Yeah, that would have been the move there for black. Overall, that was a good game though. Very very nice game from Leo. Leo is improving very quickly. All right, so who do we have? Oh, we have 20 players. Did Austin end up joining? Who's the 20th player? Not sure. Linnea, Grayson. Okay, Brian. I want to see Brian start pushing himself a little bit more. Like this is a tournament he could be competing for first, but you gotta just kind of gotta stick with it. Okay, so what's going on, games? Oh, Alex jumped on. All right, let's look at Alex versus Chelsea. I think it hasn't been Chelsea's best day, to be honest. That's okay, right? Not every day is going to be your absolute best day. But yeah, I've seen Chelsea play better chess than this, if I'm being honest. And that's the thing about being a human being, right? You just think every day will be kind of your same level of performance, but just for some reason we're not built like that, right? Some days are definitely better than others. Like here, we just hung the bishop for no reason. Yeah, probably just bishop c4, right? Pin the f7 pawn and just have a nice square for your bishop. Like knight takes c2 is not a threat. We have the queen protecting it. So I assume after bishop c4, maybe Alex was going to jump the other knight into the d5 square. And yeah, we had a back ring checkmate there. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad Alex was able to join the tournament. A3. And yeah, so playing the white pieces, falling behind development like this, that's just a sign, right, that it's you're not playing your best chess. And again, I don't mean to kind of dwell on this point, right? Just yeah, just it happens. Take. Yeah, I like the way Alex is simplifying the position, right? He's up a whole piece, so all these trades make a lot of sense. All right, yeah, good game from Alex. So I should give Alex credit, right? He did a lot of good things in that game to make it tough on Chelsea there. All right, Lynn. I'm waiting for Linea to play someone a little lower rated, but so far Linea is just getting very bad luck with her pairings because I definitely want to look at one of Linea's games. Um, yeah, to be perfectly honest, there's sort of not any great matchups right now. Um, yeah, there's no matchup that's really jumping out at me as something we have to look at. Who's CC playing? All right, let's look at CC versus Devin. Devin's funny because the funny thing about Devin is, so we talk about right in chess class when you move your queen's pawn, you want to play the pawn to c4 and then put your knight behind the pawn. So I know I tell this story a lot, but several classes now I've been telling Devin where he's supposed to play. He's like, I know. He's like, I know I'm supposed to move my c pawn. I just don't want to. So it's hard. It's like how do you respond to that? So I tried telling him. I say it's not me that invented this idea. This is hundreds of years of chess knowledge. These are the best chess players in the world for hundreds of years have known this about this idea because you wanna put as much pressure on the central squares as you can. But Devin is not persuaded by history just yet. Someday he will be, I'm sure. But right now he is not. He does not find that argument to be such a strong argument. But one day he's gonna say, oh, I'm winning a lot of games if I push my c pawn. Maybe it's not such a bad idea. For the record, you can play ideas like this: bishop f4, queen d2, and castle queenside. I think Alexander Morozevich was very famous for this setup, and there's a lot of strong players that play this. But I'm trying to teach the kids, a good foundation first before they start reinventing the wheel. They should first learn how the wheel works, right? And then after that, you can come up with some new ideas. Yeah. By the way, I should, with all the joking aside, I should mention that I think Devin is playing this position very well here. So far, I really like the way he's playing this. And also, Cece sort of did the same thing that Devin did. She didn't move her c pawn, so it's really unfair of me just to mention Devin. There's still a lot of students that aren't aware that they should be moving their c pawn and queen's pawn openings. I don't know exactly how to break that trend, but the only thing I can think of is just keep mentioning it until it really sinks in. G5, A5. A5 I like a ton. Mainly because we're trying to loosen up these pawns a little bit and maybe get our bishop back to the A5 square and put some pressure on this diagonal. Seems very natural to me. Knight G5, I don't know where this is leading exactly. I wouldn't be too concerned about this if I was black. And yeah, it seemed like CC ignored this pretty well. This I don't get. Oh, that was interesting. That was a really interesting idea by CC. Let's go back. That was a very interesting idea. What an interesting idea that CC found. So after queen takes, bishop a5 pins the queen to the king. So rook takes was forced. I think we can just play c3, but after c3, take rook a1, bishop d1. Yeah, I think this should be fine for white. But what a great idea that CC found here. This is a very creative idea. At first, I thought that CC thought that she was winning the knight for free, missing the bishop was pregnant. That's what I initially thought her idea was. This idea of bishop a5, it's a very interesting idea that CC found. Very interesting. And maybe c3 is even unnecessary here. Maybe we just castle. Although after, let's say, h6 here, knight to e4, I don't know how we're protecting our rook anymore. So I do think we maybe have to play c3. Yeah, very creative idea. Very creative idea. Like in this position after queen c3, I think we could probably just go h6 here and then try to play knight e4. That seems to be a solid idea for black here. But anyway, just taking is also fine. Yeah, here we were basically forced to play bishop to d1, and Probably bishop takes c2, right? Attacking the pin piece would have been strong. Maybe knight c3 then to defend here. And I think after that, we maybe have time to castle next. But yeah, this just looks bad, giving away everything for free here. Probably could have jumped the other rook into the game with rook c8 there. I don't see why that was not possible. Okay, what's the point of rook a1? Okay, okay, trading some pieces. Yeah, here I don't know if Devin and CC both missed this move. So for black, it's not a big deal. If the white knight captures, you take back, not a big deal. But for white to just give their knight away for free, that is a big deal. So I don't know if CC missed this as well, that it was just a free piece here. Okay, take. Okay, then they saw it. Second time's the charm. Yeah, I like that move. Rook takes c2. Yeah, very nice job using your pieces together, CC. Yeah, fantastic. Oh, nice, nice. Bishop d3 is coming. Yeah, I've been extremely impressed with CC's play today. Oh, who sent me a new? Who sent me a message? Says I had a new message and then maybe deleted it. 2 right now. Why are you messing with that, Aiden? Finish the tournament strong. Don't worry about your standing right now. It's not where your standing is in the middle of the tournament. It's at the end of the tournament that matters. Finish strong. All right, so what are the standings, by the way? So we have, oh my goodness, is Aiden gonna win this? If Aiden wins this tournament, that will be extremely impressive. I mean, I think he's 7 years old and he's playing against like some high school players and a lot of middle school players. Man, this is if you would have told me at the beginning that Aiden would be competing for first place, I would have been like, no, I don't think that's possible. But yeah, he is. Yeah, we gotta keep looking at Aiden won again? What? So by the way, I don't really like knight h3 from Amelia here. I see that she's defending the f2 threat, but we really want to develop our knights and attack central squares. So obviously we play knight f3 right away. We're getting checkmated. So this would be when you throw in g3 first. g3, if the queen goes back, then you play knight f3 because your knight's protected by the queen. Sometimes, I mean, there are times in chess where you have to move your knight to the edge of the chessboard, but it's sort of like a last resort. If you have other options, those are the moves you really want to be playing. Okay, g3. Yeah, because now we just hung our knight for free. So we sort of played the move order wrong as white here, Amelia. Yeah, now we're hanging the knight for no reason. Okay, so now we're just up a queen. So I don't see how Amelia didn't win here, but what? Amelia, what's going on here? What's going on? Yeah, we gave a free gift to our opponent. I mean, here we could just play like c3 if we're worried about losing our rook. I don't even think we need to worry about our rook. Like I think just queen h5 here is perfectly fine with the idea of take and then queen here. Or yeah, queen here and then queen here with it. Well, I guess I could play knight g6. Anyway, I think queen h5, take, and you could even just play rook takes bishop because you have 2 threats, right? You're threatening to win this bishop, you're threatening the rook. So there's so many threats there. But queen d2, that's a bit surprising. And then I don't know why Amelia didn't capture. Amelia might be getting a little fatigued. These are marathons, right? An hour and a half of chess is a long day of chess for the kids. Yeah, I think Amelia just got really upset or something. I think she started tilting there a bit. Oh, beautiful deflection. What a deflection there. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, that was a great deflection. Okay. All right, I see that. I see that, Aiden. That was, yeah, I see that. That's pretty good. So what's the standings now? Is Aiden in first place? Oops, what happened to the tournament? What happened? Live chess, okay. Oh, he lost the game, Benjamin. Who did he lose to? Did he lose to Alex? I want to see Jonathan play a little bit more, right? So he plays some more games. Linnea. Poor Linnea, but I'm rooting for Linnea so much. She has a heart of a champion to keep coming back and playing. And again, she's like, I think she's the youngest player here, I'm pretty sure. So it's tough, right? She's playing some good players. But she's playing well, Linnea. She's going to start winning some games here. Yeah, definitely rooting for Linnea. Okay, what's going on here? All right, let's look at Vincent versus Alex. So these two normally play some decent games. I'm not sure about knight c6. Like at d5, maybe knight e7. Because if you play knight d4, you just after d5, knight d4, your knight's just trapped after c3 because we have the bishop defending the b5 square there. So after d5, knight e7, this might actually be an idea that Black might be going for. There's some ideas you try to play d6 and f5. I mean, it doesn't have to be like immediate, but at some point in the game, and try to get some kind of kingside attack going since your pawns are pointed in that direction. Anyway, though, so take, c3, f4. Yeah, I think Alice is losing a piece here. And then he's trading queens. That's a bit surprising. I thought for sure he would play queen takes here and at least pretend that he's going to play rook e8 next turn and pin the queen to the king. Yeah, I'm really surprised he traded the queens here. No, not there, not there. Just knight e4, right? Get your pieces active. Oh, knight e4, rook here. Okay, we do have to be a little worried about that. Anyway, though, I definitely would move the other rook, right? Why take this rook off of this, this d6 pawn? So definitely this rook should come here. Moving this rook here, now where's this rook going? Yeah, knight d5. Yeah, this is very much winning for white here. That move I didn't like because I guess he wants to trade the bishop here, Vincent. But we could have basically done this move whenever. I don't mind Vincent trading out the pieces. That's what you're supposed to do, but I feel like he's selling himself a little bit short with these last few moves. Now we bring the rook back to d1. Just don't hang any pieces. Bishop f3 also perfectly fine move. Yeah, just don't hang any pieces. We're fine. Rook d1, rook d6. Bring the other rook. This move I don't really like that much. Probably yeah f6. Yeah, this move's a bit slow. Rook d1, right? Okay, good. Very good move. Rook d6. Okay, we have to worry about the c2 pawn, just c3. Maybe even bishop e4 was fine, but I like c3. Now no, I didn't like king c2 at all. Didn't like king c2 at all. Yeah, king c2 was a big mistake there. We're still fine though, just rook d3, we're still perfectly fine. Rook d3 though, f5. Yeah, now we have to be a little careful. Yeah, now we have to be a little careful. I think just bishop. No, Vincent. Anyway, we should still be. No, I don't think we're better at all now as white. I don't understand what the point of g3 was. He didn't really play a very good game here, Alex, to be honest. He didn't really deserve to win this one, but he might win it anyway. No, now, yeah, now. See, now you're not getting anything though for the pawn. I don't understand. I guess he's gonna take on b. Okay, I see. I see. We bring the other rook into the game now. I think it's still even. And I actually, I really like the way Vincent kept his composure. No, it's just too defensive. Bring your other pieces in. You got other pieces, Vincent. Yeah, too passive. Much too passive. I still think White's better here. I still like White's position, but we gotta get all of our pieces into the game. I prefer Rook D1. Rook here is not terrible. Rook D1, we're threatening to win a pawn. I think Vincent is thinking about backrank check, or, okay, H6. Yes. No. This is not right. This is not right. With that said, I still like, no, take with the rook, right? No. Your king's the one under attack. Trade off a pair of rooks. Okay, king here. That move does nothing. Rook here should be very good. A4, okay. What? Rook here. Let's go. Pick up some pawns. So weak pawn here on f3. We got to win this pawn. I don't get what Alex is doing. I guess he's just trying to play fast, but it's kind of playing some very superficial moves, in my opinion. They're not really doing anything. Yeah, you just win. Take that. Bring the rook back to d3. He's pretty tricky in endgames, Alex. So I think Vincent still has his work cut out for him, but White's definitely better here. No question about that. Like here, I think we could probably play rook d5, but maybe rook d3 first, offer a trade of rooks. I think maybe rook b5 isn't so good. Rook b5, take, rook c. No. And Alex didn't take the free pawn? What? What's going on here? This is terrible. Terrible. I'm really unhappy with both sides here. Yeah, this is not very good chess. Yeah, now all of Vincent's pieces are kind of tied down. King there. Okay. King there is a good move. I like that move. Okay, now I just play rook c3. And then we try to play king d4 next turn. Gotta play rook c3. I think anything besides rook c3, we're just lost. We can't give away this pawn here. Okay, good, Vincent. Yeah, I think we can march our king up, right? Why not? Yeah, definitely march the king up. I was surprised. Yeah, I thought Vincent might play I was surprised he didn't play more aggressively there. Okay, here I think we should play rook d3, and then if there's a check on e2, we just play rook d2 there. King d3, I don't mind either. Yeah, that's a good move, defend the e2 square. Push the pawn. Push it. Push the pawn. Let's go. No, push the pawn. This would still be fine though, but just the idea about pushing the pawn is you can hide your king at the c4 square. King here should be fine. Yeah, we gotta get this pawn rolling now. King here should be fine. Why there? Oh, not so. Maybe, I'm not sure. I think Alex is gonna play here. We gotta get our c pawn rolling. It's a really instructive position. We don't see a lot of endgames in these tournament games, so this is good. So king d6, I think, is very strong. The c pawn gonna be very quick here. c5 right away is also fine. Yeah, he's got all of his pieces perfect, Vincent. Just king d6, pick up a tempo. King b5 is interesting, but now you're in a pin, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that you put your knight. Excuse me. I don't like that you put your pawn in a pin. King b6 though I think should be fine. Let's get that pawn rolling. Okay, good. I think Alex will play a4. Okay, we can go here. He's gonna give a check, Alex. Okay, I think we have time for king here. We're the one queening first as white, so no, why are we walking into these pins? Or hold on, never mind. We couldn't play king a5 because of the rook. My bad. Okay, king a6. Okay, now king a5. Okay, push the pawn. c7. Yeah, I think white's winning here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure white is winning. Yeah, push the pawn. Go get a queen. Because you can always bring your other rook over. You can always get behind the passed pawn. No, that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary. Rook here. We're gonna find rook here. Oh, I think Alice is gonna swindle this. He's gonna swindle this. Although no, that was a mistake. He's gonna let the king go to king d7, and now white's completely winning again. Oh, king d7, go forward. Go forward. Okay, rook here, rook here. So Alex is debating if he could take the f2 pawn or not. These are good lessons, right? This is how you learn how to calculate in chess. This is complicated position. No, king here, rook here is what? Rook here. What's going on? Oh, rook here, you do have to worry about this move, huh? Okay, if you want to play anything, though, you should have played rook here and rook here. Okay, now rook here should be winning. Yeah, rook here should be winning. I like that move also. Yeah, this should be completely winning for white. Kind of exciting. This is an exciting game. Then we give a, what do we play here? Maybe we go rook here and then give a check with the other rook. Okay, that's probably fine. Yeah, I'm still here, definitely. Didn't go anywhere. Yeah, I think now we play rook here probably and try to set up a skewer. That move I didn't like. I guess you're stopping f3, so I see some merit. Also, hold on a second. Yeah, what do we play here? Interesting, interesting. So Vincent's really trying to stop this f3 move. Okay. So yeah, white's winning the king and pawn endgame, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is winning for white. Just don't panic. King here, pawn here, rook here. King, yeah, good, good, very nice. Okay, we're gonna go here. Yeah, that move that's a no-brainer. Okay, we're gonna go king here. Yeah, this is winning for white. Oh, go after the pawns, Vincent. Where are you going? Go after the pawns. What are you doing? This is a tough position, right? I'm just exaggerating to make the video entertaining. Why is he avoiding the pawns though, Vincent? I think he's lost now. Yeah, he's lost. That was a great game. Yeah, very exciting game. I wouldn't be surprised if Vincent runs out the time here. To be honest, oh, he actually let him checkmate him. Okay. That was a great game. Is Aiden playing? Aiden's against Leo. Does he have any chance to win here? Oh, Leo's in winning. What a tournament for Aiden, though. And that's an unbelievable tournament for Aiden. I have to be honest. That's by far the most impressive tournament I've seen, considering the age and yeah, unbelievable. Aiden's got a really bright future. Of course, I don't want to take away from Benjamin with the first place finish. So congrats to Benjamin. Congrats to Cece on finishing in third place. Really, Cece played some beautiful chess today. Really impressed with some of Cece's games. Even I only saw one of her losses against Amelia. I didn't see who her second loss was against too. But the game against Amelia, she just missed the back rank checkmate. So I'll make sure to say, hey, Cece, right? Back rank checkmates are important. But congrats to Benjamin. Yeah, congrats to Leo. Leo beat who did he beat that was pretty high rated? Or he drew Benjamin. Yeah, Leo had a draw against Benjamin, so that was impressive. Yeah, I thought it was a good tournament overall. Congrats to Chelsea, just missing the podium. Fourth place is a really good tournament. I didn't think Chelsea played her best chess today, so the fact that she grinded to fourth place is something to be really proud of. Yeah, I'm happy Brian showed up. This is sort of his thing. He plays a couple of games and that's it. I do want to see Brian push himself a little bit. That's how you kind of grow as a chess player. Just you got to play a little bit more. But I'm glad. I know he's got a lot of schoolwork and stuff, Brian. So I'm glad he's able to play at all. We definitely missed Steven today. And yeah, great tournament. Thanks to everyone for playing. 20 players is a perfectly fair amount. Yeah, Nathan did well. So yeah, really good job, everyone. Hope the kids had fun. And excited for chess class. We can look at some of the games and try to improve. Thanks everyone for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks again for the kids for playing. All right, bye everyone.